Yo, hoop fans! Your sideline sage, Tips and Upstreams, is lacing up once again. On deck, deep dives into the freshest NBA clashes, ready to set the planks ablaze. But before we jump the ball, be sure to hammer that subscribe on our YouTube channel to keep hooked with our sharp forecasts and prime selections. All right, let's bounce into today's NBA crystal ball reads. The first prediction for today is for the game between Orlando Magic and Cleveland Cavaliers. The spotlight is on as the Orlando Magic clash with the Cleveland Cavaliers in the opening game of the Eastern Conference playoffs at Rocket Mortgage Fieldhouse. The two squads come into the postseason with contrasting trajectories. Orlando is riding a wave of enthusiasm into their first playoff stint since 2020, buoyed by a commanding victory over the Bucks. Meanwhile, Cleveland has shown some cracks, faltering in their last regular season game against the Hornets. Orlando has carved out a reputation for a tight defense, one of the best in the league, limiting opponents to just 108.4 points per game, ranking fourth in the NBA. They excel in interior defense and have also been formidable beyond the arc, holding teams to less than 36% from three-point territory. Paolo Banchero and Franz Wagner have been instrumental in driving Orlando's offense, which favors high-efficiency shots over volume, reflected in their modest 35.2% three-point shooting. Cleveland brings a balanced attack with seasoned veterans and rising stars. Spearheaded by Donovan Mitchell, who averages 26.6 points per game, their offense slightly outpaces Orlando at 112.6 points per game. Their defensive stats are nearly on par with Orlando's, notably their strong inside defense and efficient use of turnovers, a vulnerability for Orlando. Both teams' physical and mental readiness is pivotal. Cleveland's season was riddled with injuries, and their performance could hinge on the health of key players like Mitchell and Garland. However, their solid home record and resilience in past playoff performances, especially against Southeast Division opponents, demonstrate their ability to bounce back. The duel has underscored the importance of three-point shooting. In their seasonal matchups, dominance from beyond the arc has been decisive. With Cleveland's superior three-point accuracy, 36.7% compared to Orlando's 35.2%, and their defensive pressure on shooters, they might neutralize one of Orlando's weaker points. Injury updates and recovery from their recent game could affect Cleveland's lineup and strategy, presenting potential challenges. On the flip side, Orlando enters the playoffs in good health, which could be crucial for their endurance and player rotation. Considering the home court advantage, head-to-head statistics, defensive strengths, and current team conditions, the Cleveland Cavaliers are in a strong position to edge out in this series opener. Despite Orlando's impressive defensive record, Cleveland's offensive depth and effective home play are likely to help them secure a victory, surpassing the 4-point spread set by the bookmakers. With a total score projection of 208 in both teams' defensive prowess, betting on a lower score could be the wiser choice. The next prediction for today is for the game between Phoenix Suns and Minnesota Timberwolves. As the NBA playoffs heat up, the Phoenix Suns take on the Minnesota Timberwolves at Target Center, capturing everyone's attention with this electrifying showdown. The Suns have been on a roll, wrapping up their regular season with an impressive series of wins, including a commanding victory over the Timberwolves. With an average score of 116.2 points per game and a strong 49.3% field goal accuracy, Phoenix's offensive strength has been unwavering. Bradley Beal and Devin Booker have played pivotal roles for Phoenix. In particular, Beal's standout performance in the final game of the season, where he scored 36 points, underscored his critical impact. When he's on fire, the Suns are unstoppable. Meanwhile, the Timberwolves, with Anthony Edwards and a rejuvenated Karl Anthony Towns, have shown grit, but have faltered in checking Phoenix's dynamic attack in previous encounters. A review of recent performances in prior matchups, especially at Target Center, highlights Phoenix's psychological advantage, with 3 consecutive victories over Minnesota by considerable margins. Phoenix has consistently outshined Minnesota, both offensively and defensively, in these games. The Suns have excelled in back-to-back games, and on the road, thriving under pressure with timely plays. Their shooting precision and prowess from long range have outmatched Minnesota's efforts. Conversely, Minnesota has better defensive statistics, allowing fewer points on average. However, their offensive variability, evidenced in their last match where they scored only 106 points against the Suns, raises doubts about their capacity to break through Phoenix's solid defense. Moreover, Phoenix has adeptly managed the game pace and exploited their rebounding strength to create additional scoring chances, a struggle for Minnesota, particularly in decisive moments. Minnesota's dependence on Rudy Gobert for rebounds and blocks might be inadequate against the Suns' versatile offensive schemes. Given their form, head-to-head records, and tactical edge, the Suns are not only expected to win, but also to convincingly outperform the expectations. The odds suggest a tight contest with Minnesota as the slight favorite. However, Phoenix's track record and ability to deliver under duress suggest otherwise. Despite Minnesota's solid home record, Phoenix's erratic season performance is deceptive. They have triumphed in 9 of their last 10 encounters with the Timberwolves, securing a significant 19-point win earlier in the week. Phoenix has consistently outpaced Minnesota, indicating the continued value of betting on them. In summary, with the Suns' superior offensive numbers, recent form, and historical control in this matchup, they are likely to continue their winning ways. Their efficient shooting and solid defense position Phoenix as a strong choice to not only win, but to potentially exceed total point expectations. The next prediction for today is for the game between Philadelphia 76ers and New York Knicks. The Philadelphia 76ers are gearing up to clash with the New York Knicks on the famed parquet of Madison Square Garden for the opening bout of their NBA Eastern Conference playoff series. Coming off a nail-biting 105-104 win against the Miami Heat in the play-in tournament, the 76ers, despite being the 7th seed, are riding a wave of momentum. On the other hand, the Knicks, positioned as the 2nd seed, have fortified their confidence with a 5-game victory streak, which was topped off by a thrilling 120-119 overtime win against the Chicago Bulls. Delving into the stats highlights some fascinating trends. Despite missing MVP Joel Embiid mid-season, the 76ers finished their regular season strongly, racking up 8 consecutive wins. Yet, their scoring prowess ranks 26th in the league, a potential weak spot. Their redemption lies in their stalwart defense, which is 3rd best in the league at keeping scores low. Tyrese Maxey has emerged as a key player, averaging 25.9 points per game, although the team's overall shooting accuracy is only 23rd in the NBA. Conversely, the Knicks, led by Jalen Brunson and his impressive 28.7 points per game average, boast a well-rounded game. Despite losing Julius Randle, their defense remains formidable, ranking 2nd in points allowed. Their shooting could use some improvement, ranked 20th in field goal percentage, but their performance at home in terms of rebounds and turnovers is strong. The Knicks have historically had the upper hand in recent matchups, splitting the season series at MSG, but winning 3 out of 4 overall. Embiid's presence could be crucial, provided he's fit to command the paint. Injury updates are critical, with Embiid's status uncertain and key Knicks players like Dwayne Washington Jr. and Randle out. Player availability could greatly impact the game's dynamics. Given the Knicks' stellar home performance and the uncertainties in the 76ers lineup, the odds seem to favor New York, especially given their defensive prowess and rest advantage. The Knicks are likely to control the tempo and exploit the 76ers' scoring issues. Ultimately, this series could pivot on Embiid's condition. Although cleared to play, he has seemed sluggish at times. If he's not at full strength, the 76ers could struggle. The Knicks, known for their tenacity and the clutch performance of Brunson, coupled with the electric atmosphere at Madison Square Garden, look poised to take the lead. Despite Embiid's questionable health, I'm backing the Knicks to seize the day. In summary, anticipate a fiercely competitive game where the Knicks use their home court edge and defensive strength to secure a victory and beat the spread. The showdown between Brunson and Maxey will be pivotal, with New York's collective grit and strategic depth likely tipping the scales in their favor. Today's 4th and last prediction is for the game between Los Angeles Lakers and Denver Nuggets. Tonight's NBA playoff showdown at Ball Arena is set to reignite the Western Conference Finals rivalry, with an electrifying game between the Los Angeles Lakers, the 7th seed, and the Denver Nuggets, the 2nd seed. This matchup not only revives last year's competitive spirit, but also highlights the Lakers' drive for payback after last year's clean sweep by the Nuggets. Denver steps onto the court as the favorites, boasting a flawless season sweep and a remarkable 8-game winning streak against the Lakers. Denver's outstanding season is characterized by their sharpshooting and strategic play, with a solid average of 114.9 points on 49.6% shooting, coupled with a strong defensive record of allowing just 109.6 points per game. Nikola Jokic, with his impressive 26.4 points and 10.4 rebounds per game, continues to anchor the Nuggets, supported by Jamal Murray, who has been particularly effective against the Lakers, averaging 24.7 points in recent matchups. On the other hand, the Lakers have been a mix of unpredictability and brilliance throughout the regular season. However, they've recently found their rhythm on the road, consistently netting over 120 points. With LeBron James leading the charge as a scoring powerhouse and Anthony Davis dominating at both ends, the Lakers' potent offense, averaging 118 points on a 49.9% shooting efficiency, should not be underestimated. Despite the Nuggets' recent upper hand, the previous face-offs have been tightly contested, often decided by just a few points. Denver's cohesive team dynamics and the advantage of playing at home make them a tough opponent. Nevertheless, the Lakers have demonstrated resilience, particularly in covering the spread in these intense encounters. Moreover, the Lakers' enhanced performance in away games and their slight edge in three-point and overall shooting percentages this season suggest they can keep this game tighter than anticipated, challenging the 8-point spread. Given the closely fought nature of their previous playoff battles and the Lakers' improved form, tonight's game promises to be a fierce contest. While the Nuggets are statistically favored to win, the rejuvenated and resilient Lakers pose a formidable challenge, making them likely to cover the spread. The Nuggets have enjoyed significant home court advantage and have a history of dominance over the Lakers. However, the Lakers have shown improvements and resilience, notably with D'Angelo Russell's recent form. Although the Nuggets have been cruising, their ability to switch gears in high-stakes games will be tested tonight. I anticipate this to be one of this series' most challenging games for the Nuggets. In conclusion, brace for a nail-biter tonight at Ball Arena. While the Nuggets are poised for a victory in their quest to defend their title, the Lakers' proven track record in tight contests leads me to believe they will cover the spread. Considering the high-scoring propensity of both teams and the stakes involved, betting on the total points exceeding 223.5 seems like a wise choice.